What's up, this is Nak3d Eli, the mostly unclothed gamer, and man does it feel like forever since I've uploaded a video, like 20 internet years. I wanted to apologize to you guys because I've been sick for 2 weeks with this nasty cold that stole my voice and energy and put me in bed with nothing but Netflix. I even missed work tutoring kids in mathematicas. So I'm glad to be back here with actually Rocket Race is now a playlist, so I have a couple fun games for you guys while we get the train rolling again on the Halo 5 project with this episode on the ideal Halo 5 ranking system part 2. So in our last episode, we covered very quickly competitive versus social ranks. You know, competitive ranks based on win-loss ratio, social ranks based on experience or time, and we said that we want a long social rank that takes like 1,200 hours, or some people say, you know, 500 to 700 hours, whatever, a long amount of time, longer than what we saw in Halo 4. We want ranked playlists on either a 75-25 split or a 50-50 split so that each competitive game type has a social game type where you could warm up. I didn't really get to touch on that in the last video, but you know, eventually I'll wrap all these ideas together and show how they all intertwine. And so now, today, we're going to talk about global versus playlist specific ranks and visible versus non-visible ranks. And we'll try to get through some other things if we have time. So global playlist ranks are two different things. Global ranks you can see no matter what playlist you're in. So like in Halo 3, for example, I could look to see that you were a general, and that meant that you had a certain skill level and a certain XP level, and you were a general whether you were playing Rocket Race or Social Slayer or ranked big team battle. You know, that's your global one rank that everyone sees. And I think that it's a great thing to have a global rank that is based on both skill and we'll call it skill based for the ranked playlists, and just social or XP based playlists for the more social XP system. I think you have to have both, and they have to be intertwined to really give meaning and consistency to your system. Now, playlist-specific ranks are just as important. These are the individual playlists where you can see that this person is really skilled in it or has played a lot. So Halo 3, in my opinion, had the perfect system for this. It showed in every playlist that was ranked your overall, like you could be a 1 to 50, and in those playlists plus the social playlist, you had an XP or a social rank, which was like similar to the ranked system in terms of the symbols and the symbology, but it showed actually just how many games people had won in that playlist, or how much rather they had played in that playlist. So I don't care if that's based on wins or credits or ranks or whatever, but I think it's really cool when I go into a big team game and I see a guy who has 5,000 XP. That means he loves BTB. He's going to be good at this, most likely. If I go into doubles, I want to see if I'm playing people who have 10,000 games of doubles under their belt, right? This is really meaningful. This is meaningful to the individual player, it's meaningful to your teammates, and it's meaningful to your enemy. I think it's absolutely crucial to have in your ranking system. So that's all I have to say about global versus playlist specific ranks for now. As for visible versus non-visible ranks, this is a very easy point. This is just looking at something like Halo 4's CSR system, and we see that that's actually not in the game. So it's a non-visible rank, just like your social ranks, where you know, right now you click on any playlist in Halo 4, there's a hidden true skill, a hidden rank that actually matches you with people just for matchmaking purposes, but you can't see it. That's non-visible information. And to me, I think that's crucial data to make visible. I think if I'm going to be investing my time in your game, I want to see the results. I want to see what I've been doing. I want to see who I would be likely to play against. I want some visual indicator of my skill level and my time that I've put in, of my experience, my social and competitive ranks. And if you don't have both, have at least one in your playlist. I shouldn't have to check a website after my game's over to see if I've ranked up, or to see if I have the next symbol, or you know, whatever it is that I'm interested in, or to see if I fall within a certain range of something. And I shouldn't have to wait at least a game of delay, which typically happens with websites. This should be instant change in the game, extremely visible, in fact shown off like a status symbol. And I don't care if only your team can see it or only your friends can see it and you don't want to see the enemies for whatever reason. There's a lot of psychology around leaderboards and the way people are ranked, and people's like self-confidence levels. And so I understand that this is a complex topic that 343 is dealing with and that every developer has to deal with. but I do think that having visible ranks in-game, not just your XP base, but also your skill base, are absolutely crucial to making players feel like they are invested, to make them feel important, to give them status, and all the good things that we talked about in the first ranking video, right? Where we started touching on why this is even an argument that we're having. People assume that visible competitive ranks will return in Halo 5, and you should not assume that. I've spoken to 343, and they have made a conscious effort, or at least in Halo 4 they made a conscious effort to not include competitive ranks, and that was a little disheartening for me, but that's why I'm making this video series, as an argument that we absolutely need ranks. But I want to go through the whole thing obviously with you guys and pick your brains on what you think we could do that's really creative for visible versus non-visible ranks, competitive and social rank, global and playlist specific ranks, etc. So I actually have some more time. Let's move on to credits versus XP systems. So credit system is like Reach, and actually is kind of like Halo 4 too, where every single game that you play, you get credits towards your rank. Okay, win or lose. Wins you might get a little bit more, but typically this is a one-directional system. You don't lose credits, and you can use credits to purchase things in the game, hence the name credits. So it's tied not only to ranks, but also to things in the store or your armor or whatever. XP systems are based on wins. We saw in Halo 3 that for every game that you win, you get 1 XP. And for every game that you lose, you get 0 XP. And for every game that you quit, you lose 1 XP. So I'll get into that later, why that's important for quit penalties. But for now, let's discuss the benefits of each and which one I think is more important, and if they choose to go with either, what they could do with each. So I have notes here that global competitive rank should be mixed with the global social rank for icons, as we discussed earlier. And this is the system that ties them together, the credits and the XP. Now, ideally, I think the XP system from Halo 3, I know I keep bringing Halo 3 back as like this ideal model, but I do think that it really captured the essence of a lot of these important points. I don't want the exact Halo 3 system back, but I will point out things that I think it did well and things that I think could be improved. So here's something I think could be improved with the XP system. Each of those wins that you get should be a token, where you could get maybe 1 token for a loss and 2 tokens for a win or a tie. And I think that just like with credits, you can use those to buy cosmetics, and you shouldn't be able to use it to buy gameplay changing items. And the whole argument here is that in Halo 4, you could buy gameplay changing items, tactical packages, support upgrades, you had credits to buy weapons even, and I don't think that that's a sustainable model. We saw that in Reach, people love customizing their character, and you see this across all games, that cosmetics are sustainable, that you can work really hard to get a cosmetic change, and it won't affect the gameplay. So everyone in your game will not be more powerful than you if you haven't been grinding 8 hours a day like they have, and vice versa. Just because you play more doesn't mean you should have an advantage going into the game. And that's a whole philosophical argument. I'm very strongly on the side that both teams should be perfectly balanced at the start of a game. Feel free to debate that in the comments. That's just how I feel it should go, and we'll talk more about that as we go through these ranks, obviously. Now, again, 6 months down the road, let's say you just picked up this game. Should new players, right? Should new players be at a disadvantage because they haven't played the game? Should they go in with less powerful weapons, or should they just not look as cool? Because I firmly believe that if Halo 4 did not have gameplay changing items and instead had a balanced sandbox from the start, it would have been a more sustainable multiplayer experience. Now, I don't want you to overdo the Skinner box reward system here. Like, it should be fun to unlock things. It shouldn't be a chore for everything that you do. So I guess we'll continue our discussion of credits versus XP in the next episode, but another final point is just that it should continue to go. I don't have time. We'll talk about it more in the next episode, but if you've enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, and I will come out with another episode in about a week. I'm on holiday vacation now. So this has been Nak3d Eli. Hope you enjoyed the video. Happy holidays, everyone, and thanks for watching.